Welcome to
Cigar
Public.
And welcome to Cigar Public.
So this is Dan from Wooden Indian Tobacco Shop, located in Havertown, Pennsylvania, one of the very first LCA shops. And welcome to Cigar Public.
Dan, thanks so much for coming by the studio. Appreciate your time, sir.
Very nice.
Let's talk about Wooden Indian. I've certainly ordered from you a lot, and I've always had a good experience. Talk about Wooden Indian and how this retail location came to be, the impetus behind it, challenges you had to
story
face.
About how the store got going,
Yeah.
but also how we met and got introduced to,
Yeah.
and get into the LCA
Right,
program,
yes.
of course, meeting Clark and Brian.
Right, of course.
All right. So we'll start off with Wooden Indian. So Wooden Indian is a cigar shop that actually got its name change to Wooden Indian back in 1964.
Okay, so
Right,
it's been around a little bit.
Yeah, we're actually celebrating our 60th anniversary next year. Something
Congratulations.
special, and we're looking to do something really nice with Pivrata and LCA. So
Excellent.
so obviously a very long-standing shop. Some of the key things. One of the very first Opus accounts, since world famous Holtz, own Ashton cigars and all that stuff. There is obviously a relationship with there. It's basically marriage at that point. We got picked up, way before me, way before the current owner, Dave Mayer. But we got picked up, and so there's a little, credential there, a little nod. We're also the very first, quite a few years later. Back in 2010, we opened up a new location, and we became the very first Liga Privada by Drew Estate lounge. So the very first lounge of any kind for Drew Estate. And in which case, it also offers us an exclusive cigar, which is very nice.
That is always a nice benefit.
I've been with the company a little over 10 years, and I have a front of the house, a front end manager, and I also have an e-commerce manager. John and Todd, for those who know us. These guys have been with me for basically 7 years, so we're doing stuff right. Not a lot of people are around that long.
Right.
But so more current, a couple years now at least. We got an introduction, a phone call, reached out by Clark, see if we were interested in something. It was kind of perfect timing. COVID was a little rough for us in the area where we were. We actually are one of the shops that actually stayed closed for a very long time from walk-in business.
Scary time.
14 and a half months, curbside and online. Online pivoted and turned into what it is now, and it is moving very nicely.
Yeah.
So wanted to give it all to you
Yeah,
really quick.
So what was the attraction with the LCA when you were introduced to the idea? What stood out to you like, this is a really good idea, I need to grab onto this?
We've been pretty open to a lot of boutique, and that being that my key players, the staff that we have, we've been around a while, and things can get a little stagnant. There's always interest, there's new products and this and that, but with boutique and learning about blends and furthering our education, there was an opportunity. It really did. Me and the key players that we have, very much cigar heads. We know all the terminology, we research it, and we have dabbled into blending and stuff like that as well. So knowing that smoking lots of new cigars and aged cigars, knowing the difference and all that stuff, it was very intriguing. And we start off a little light to start, of course, like anything. And then it was like off to the races. And we were interested in doing, every month, and getting involved, and a year later doing the cores, and then we're killing it. And and
so it sounds like your involvement with the LCA really has improved your overall bottom line as far as getting people into the store, stoking interest in your consumer base.
Yeah, as we're definitely taking people to boutiques that maybe they've never heard of before. We knew about this stuff going into it, so we did feel that we were going to be pretty secure, taking people to it, a lot of recommendations. There is no pressure at our shop. We're not very much the pushers. We're more about the relationship, the engagement, being approachable. And I'm extremely extroverted and a talky guy, right? But everybody has their own, different dynamic, and everybody has their own sort of customer base, and I just love that. You know,
Yeah.
we have a beautiful walk-in humidor, 1,500 faces, give
Wow.
or take. That's huge.
Yeah.
For where we're located in the density of the shops and
Yeah.
stuff, which we're very friendly as well,
Yeah.
which is unique to the part of the country. And a beautiful 24-hour lounge
Wow.
for members. So we do a lot of different things. A lot of the lounge members are always taking recommendations, but they're also very educated as well.
Yes.
About a third, maybe a quarter to a third of the lounge base, 75 to 100 people have been with us away in different, countries for the tobacco tours
Wow.
and such. So.
Excellent. So I'm sure you've noticed this, because I certainly have. It seems to me that more and more consumers in the cigar world are becoming more and more educated in the process of the production of cigars, more educated and hungry for knowledge
Yes.
about what goes on behind the curtain in the actual creation of this product.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Drives the passion.
yeah, and
It keeps it going.
yeah.
It
So
really does.
if you were approached by someone new to the cigar world, they haven't really gotten into cigars, but they're curious, their interest has been stoked, they want to find out more. Aside from the typical, you should start with something mild so you can kind of ease yourself in, what's something
Sure.
you would direct their attention to help ensure that they have the most positive experience in the cigar lifestyle?
Well, obviously, I would probably take people to milder
Right.
cigars to start, but to really take the time to understand how to do things properly, right? Everybody's going to do it a certain way. As a retailer, being a part of retail, I'm constantly smoking cigars the wrong way, and a sense of that truly this is, a form of therapy,
Right.
meditation for those, and me cutting a light in a cigar in the morning. Yes, it's doing it, but I still have things to do. The people that are coming in more often than not it's downtime.
Right.
It's time to socialize and maybe network a little bit, but for the most part, it's like their happy place.
This is
It
my
is for me
reprieve.
too, but
Yeah.
I have to get work done, and that's okay, and that's
Right.
fine to just continue to keep that going. That's
Yeah.
all. But I usually tend to take people to milder stuff, but I'm always pushing for flavor forward, but not anything that's harsh or polarizing to a very virgin palate when it
Right.
comes to cigars. You know what I mean? I also, of course, like anybody, any type of retailer, they've never experienced it whatsoever, is about the no inhale for the most part,
Right.
and as well as for those that maybe did inhale.
Right.
In any capacity. So they're just not looking for a certain thing. The intent is to have a lingering taste, so pick up some certain nuances, like anything from whiskey and wine and coffee and anything like that. Is you're gonna train your palate to pick up certain nuances,
Right.
and you're gonna be able to step out. Oh wow, that was peppery. Oh, that was earthy notes that I just haven't had before, and whatever creamy notes. I mean, we're drawing smoke.
Right.
We're not pulling out candy and
Right.
this and that, but it can happen.
Yep.
Caramel and chocolate, cacao,
Yep.
whatever. So it is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And given an opportunity, and they're willing to, somewhat be educated in the start of it, because that's where they're there, right? Or that
Right.
customer in particular. Setting them up.
Yeah.
You want to see them back. You don't
Right.
want them to get hurt. You don't want them to feel any kind of way. So a little bit of guidance, right?
Yeah. So, if anything, what would you like to see improved upon in the cigar culture that would help make this lifestyle more accessible to more people?
Kudos to Pravada Club, in a sense of smoking the product of which you are, not the branding, which is very awesome. Obviously, most people buy and or sample things with their eyes and whatever, but treating the product, and something that Brian and Clark, very much so Brian, bring people to the product,
Right.
of which they're the rollers and the people creating the blends, not the marketing and stuff
Right.
like that. Obviously, many wonderful companies here, and it's all about branding and being recognized, but also identifying specific products that everybody enjoys, and the ones that you maybe don't, right?
Right.
But teaching people about really learning the palate,
Yeah,
like
so
the craft
education,
movement
really,
and all
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
mean, nobody's done it better.
Right. Absolutely.
Kudos to Brian. Pravada Cigar Club. Of course, Clark as well.
Yes.
I mean, I know he's, if it's a tight draw, it's going in the ashtray.
Where can people find out more about Wooden Indian?
So we do have a newsletter right now. Obviously, the website is woodenindiantobacco.com. That's where you can find, of course, your LCA stuff, monthly drops, some more exclusive projects. We're actually done a few very nice projects together, huge successes with, and want to continue on with that very much. We're having a lot of fun, and we do believe, Pravada is having a lot of fun with us as well. So we're looking
very much
to do
excited
more.
for the future.
Yeah, very much.
Dan, thanks so much for coming by. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you finally. If anybody
too.
wants, or in the what area in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia?
So we're just outside of Philadelphia. On the other side of the airport, we're probably about 5 to 10 minutes.
Excellent.
On the other side towards the suburbs.
So don't sleep on Wooden Indian. Give them a look. I definitely have many times. They always give you a great experience. Thank you, Dan. Have a great rest of your PCA, sir.
It.